It started with a broadcast, not from Sanctuary Station, not from Reclamation Force, from somewhere else entirely. 3 weeks ago, every working radio in the region picked up the same transmission. Clear signal, professional production. Repeating every 6 hours. This is Dr. Sarah Chen of the Atlantic Medical Research Collective. We have successfully developed a vaccine for the infection. Repeat, we have a working vaccine. We are offering free inoculation to all survivors. Coordinates and appointment protocols follow. There is a cure. Humanity can be saved. Your entire settlement heard it. All 800 people in the Federation. Probably thousands more across the region. And everyone had the same thought. This changes everything. But you've survived too long to trust hope without evidence. Welcome back, survivors. This is part 12. The cure that kills. You've fought the infected, built a civilization, negotiated with military remnants, and now someone's offering salvation. A vaccine. An end to the nightmare. But in the apocalypse, nothing that sounds too good to be true ever is. Let's talk about surviving hope itself. The broadcast details. The transmission provides specific information. Location, Atlantic Medical Research Collective. A fortified island facility 200 miles northeast. Pre-outbreak pharmaceutical research station. The vaccine. Developed from antibodies harvested from naturally immune survivors. 93% effective against infection. Single dose provides immunity within 72 hours. The offer, free vaccination for all survivors. No payment required. Appointments scheduled to prevent overcrowding. Bring proof of identity and medical history if available. The promise, we are rebuilding humanity. One vaccination at a time. It sounds perfect, too perfect. The Federation's reaction? The Federal Council convenes emergency session. The settlements are in chaos, the believers. This is what we've been waiting for. A cure means we can reclaim the mainland. We can stop living in fear. We have to go, immediately. Families are already packing. Boats are being prepared. People are arguing about who goes first. The Skeptics. It's a trap, same as the Sanctuary Station broadcast. They're luring people in for resources, labor, or worse. We stay away. They point out the obvious. Why would anyone give away a vaccine for free? What do they gain? The scientists in your settlement. You have 2 former medical professionals in the Federation, a nurse and a veterinarian. Not exactly virologists, but they know enough to ask hard questions. The nurse? A vaccine in less than a year? That's impossible. Pre-outbreak, vaccines took 5 to 10 years to develop. This is either a miracle or a lie. The veterinarian, and harvesting antibodies from immune survivors. That's real science, but scaling it to vaccinate thousands. You need industrial pharmaceutical infrastructure. Do they have that? You need intelligence? Before anyone goes to this facility, you need to know what you're walking into. The scouting mission? You send a reconnaissance team. Not your best people, you can't risk losing them. But capable observers who can report back. 5 volunteers. They take 1 boat. Their mission, observe the facility from a distance, assess legitimacy, and return within 2 weeks. If it's real, they don't make contact. They just confirm it exists and report back. If it's fake, same thing. Observe and return. Under no circumstances do they get vaccinated. Not yet, not until you know it's safe. They leave at dawn. The entire settlement watches them go. Week 1, the waiting. While your scouts are gone, the settlements nearly tear themselves apart. The pressure to act. Every day, more broadcasts. Testimonials from vaccinated survivors claiming the treatment works. Updates on successful inoculations. Appeals for people to come get protected. The psychological pressure is immense. Parents with children are desperate. If there's even a chance this protects my kids, I have to try. I can't live with not trying. The elderly and sick see it as their only hope. I won't survive another infected attack. This might be my only chance. The conflict escalates. Families split. Some members want to go, others want to stay. Arguments become screaming matches. One family leaves against council orders. They take a small boat in the middle of the night and sail toward the coordinates. You can't stop them. You're not a prison warden. But it sets a precedent. If one family can ignore council decisions, others will too. The Reclamation Force's position? The commander contacts you. We've been monitoring the broadcasts. Our analysis. The signal is legitimate medical grade communication. The facility exists, we have it on radar. But we can't confirm the vaccine claims without ground intelligence. He offers to send a military team to investigate. You decline. If your soldiers show up, they'll treat it as a military operation. We need subtle observation, not an armed approach. He agrees but warns, whatever this is, it's attracting a lot of attention. We've tracked at least 30 boats heading toward those coordinates in the past week. If it's legitimate, it'll be overwhelmed. If it's a trap, a lot of people are about to die. Week 2. The scouts return day 13. Your scouts come back, all 5 of them, alive, unharmed. But they look shaken. The report. The Atlantic Medical Research Collective is real. It's a fortified island with a large compound, multiple buildings, security perimeter, and functional infrastructure. There are people there, hundreds of them, maybe 1,000. Lines of survivors waiting to enter the vaccination facility. The operation looks legitimate. White-coated medical staff. Organized check-in procedures, observation areas for post-vaccination monitoring. But there's a problem. We watched for 3 days. We saw people go in. We saw some people come out, but not everyone. The ones who came out looked healthy. They were smiling, relieved, grateful. They got on boats and left. But a lot of people went in and never came out. You asked the critical question, how many went in versus how many came out? The scout pulls out a notebook. He kept count. Over 3 days, approximately 200 people entered the facility. About 70 left. The rest ... we don't know. They could be in observation. They could be staying voluntarily. Or, he doesn't finish. He doesn't have to. The second problem. We tried to interview people who were vaccinated. Asked them how they felt, if it worked, what the process was like. Most of them were enthusiastic. Said it was painless, professional, that they felt safe for the first time in months. But a few were ... off. They answered questions. But their responses were rehearsed, scripted, like they'd been told what to say. And one person, when we asked if they'd recommend it, just stared at us and said, "You should go. Everyone should go. It's important that everyone gets vaccinated." Then they walked away. That's not normal. Genuine relief sounds different from programmed responses. The third problem. We saw armed guards, not defensive positions against infected. Internal security, watching the people in line, watching the people leaving. Like they were guarding prisoners, not patients. Your assessment. Something is wrong. Maybe the vaccine is real, but the operation isn't purely humanitarian. Maybe the vaccine is fake, and this is a large-scale trap. Maybe something worse. You need a decision. The Federal Council votes. Option 1. Send an official delegation. Make contact. Ask direct questions. Demand transparency. Option 2. Spread a warning. Tell all settlements in the region to avoid the facility until more is known. Option 3. Send undercover infiltrators. Volunteers who go in as patients, get vaccinated, and report back on what happens inside. Option 4. Do nothing. Let people make their own choices. You're not their parent. The vote. 3 votes for infiltration. 2 votes for official delegation. 1 vote for warning. 1 vote for doing nothing. You're the tiebreaker. You choose infiltration. The infiltration mission. You need volunteers who understand the risks. 2 people step forward. The first is a former settlement member who lost their family to infection. If this vaccine is real, I want it. If it's fake, I want to expose it. Either way, I'm going. The second is a younger settler, mid-20s, healthy, resourceful. I can blend in. I can observe. And if something goes wrong, I can fight my way out. The mission parameters? They go as a married couple seeking vaccination. Believable cover story. They carry no weapons. Security will search them. They carry hidden communication devices, small, concealable, one-way transmission only. They'll report back every 12 hours with coded messages. If they miss 2 consecutive reports, you assume they're compromised. Their goal, get vaccinated, stay in observation. Document everything, get out. Timeline, 5 days maximum. If they're not back in 5 days, you assume the worst. They leave the next morning. The settlement gathers to see them off. It feels like a funeral. Because it might be. Day 1, first report, arrived at facility. Check-in process smooth, medical questionnaire standard. Staff professional. A vaccination scheduled for tomorrow morning. No red flags yet. Day 2, second report. Received vaccination. Injection site sore but normal. Observed 30 other people receiving same treatment. Moved to observation dormitory. Comfortable. Food provided. Still no red flags. Waiting for clearance to leave. Day 3. Third report. Observation extended. Told we need 72 hours monitoring for adverse reactions. Makes sense medically. Other patients seem fine. Some released today. We're scheduled for release tomorrow. DFO, UR nitrogen monoxide. Report. 12 hours pass. Nothing. 24 hours. Nothing. You send a coded query on their frequency. Confirm status. No response. They're compromised. The rescue decision, do you send a team to extract them? Or do you assume they're lost and move on? The federal council debates. We can't risk more people on a rescue mission. We can't abandon them. They volunteered because we asked them to. If we send a team and they get captured, we're handing the facility more prisoners. You make the call. We send a small extraction team, 3 people. Fast in, fast out. If they can't extract within 6 hours, they abort and return. It's a gamble. But you don't abandon your people, the extraction team. 3 of your best. Combat experience, tactical skills, loyalty. They take a fast boat. They arrive at the facility at night. What they find. The facility is more fortified than the scouts reported. Guard towers, spotlights, patrols. This isn't a medical center. It's a compound. They infiltrate through the water. Swim to a dock on the facility's blind side. Climb up, stay low. They reach the observation dormitory. Find the room where your infiltrators should be. It's empty. Not just empty. Cleaned. Stripped. Like no one was ever there. They search the facility. Quietly. Carefully. They find a locked section. Medical wing. Restricted access. Guards at the door. They can't get in without alerting security. They abort. Too risky. They retreat. They return to the boat. Mission failure. Your infiltrators are gone. You don't know if they're dead in prison or something worse. But you know one thing for certain. The survivor who escaped. 1 week after your extraction team returns empty-handed, someone arrives at Sanctuary Station. A woman, 30s, emaciated, injured, barely conscious. She collapsed on the beach at dawn. Your guards found her and brought her to the medical facility. When she wakes up, the first thing she says is, "Don't go to the facility. It's not a vaccine. It's control." She's a survivor from the Atlantic Medical Research Collective, and she has answers. The truth about the facility, her name doesn't matter. Her story does. She went to the facility 3 weeks ago seeking vaccination. She went through the same process your infiltrators did. Check-in, questionnaire, injection, observation. The injection is real, but it's not a vaccine. It's a compound. Part immunity booster, part neural suppressant, part tracking nanites. You stop her? Tracking nanites? That's science fiction. She shakes her head. Pre-outbreak military technology. Experimental. The facility has access to old government research. The injection gives you partial immunity, maybe 50% resistance to infection. But it also makes you compliant, suggestible, easier to control. And the nanites let them track you. Anywhere you go. They know where you are always. The facility's real purpose. They're not trying to save humanity. They're building an army, a controlled population. People who are immune enough to work in infected zones, compliant enough to follow orders without question, and trackable so they can't escape. They're creating a workforce for whoever's running that place. You ask the obvious question, who's running it? She doesn't know. I never saw the top-level leadership. Just the doctors, the guards, the administrators. But someone's funding this. Someone with resources, technology, and a long-term plan. What happened to your infiltrators? If they were flagged as suspicious, they were moved to the detention wing. That's where they take people who ask too many questions or resist the treatment. I don't know what happens there. I was in observation when I escaped. I'm sorry. If your people are in detention, they're not coming out. The scale of the operation. There are over 2,000 people in that facility now. Some are staff. Most are patients who've been processed and are waiting for work assignments. They're being organized into labor crews, salvage teams, construction units. It's not a medical center. It's a factory. And they're producing obedient workers. The Federation's response. You bring this information to the Federal Council. Emergency session. Everyone listens to the survivor's testimony. The room is silent when she finishes. The debate. the pragmatist. This doesn't affect us directly. We didn't go. We're not controlled. We warn other settlements and stay away. That's all we can do. The moralist? 2,000 people are being enslaved. We have a moral obligation to stop this. We expose it. We spread the word. We make sure no one else falls into this trap. The realist. Destroy it how? We're fishermen and farmers. They have military-grade security. We don't have the firepower for a direct assault. You consider the options? Option 1. Exposure campaign. Broadcast counter messages. Warn every settlement. Provide testimony from the escaped survivor. Undermine the facility's credibility. Pros. Nonviolent. Saves future victims. Cons. Doesn't help the people already there. The facility can adapt, rebrand, continue under a new name. Option 2. Rescue operation. Infiltrate the facility. Free as many people as possible. Cause chaos and disruption. Pros. Direct action. Saves lives. Cripples the operation. Cons. High risk. Likely casualties. Might fail completely. Option 3. Sabotage. Send a small team to destroy critical infrastructure. Power generators, communication equipment, water systems. Make the facility uninhabitable. Pros. Forces evacuation. Ends the operation without direct combat. Cons. Might harm innocent people inside. The facility might have backup systems. Option 4. Negotiation. Contact the facility's leadership. Demand the release of captives and cessation of the control program in exchange for non-interference. Pros. Diplomatic. Avoids bloodshed. Cons. They have no incentive to negotiate. You have no leverage. The council votes. 2 for exposure, 2 for sabotage, 1 for rescue, 1 for negotiation, 1 abstains. You're the deciding vote. You choose sabotage. We can't save everyone. But we can stop this from continuing. We destroy their ability to operate, and the people inside will have a chance to escape in the chaos. The sabotage plan, you assemble a team of 8. Mixed skills, combat, engineering, stealth. The mission, infiltrate the facility at night. Plant explosives on the power generators, fuel depots, and communication towers. Set delayed timers. Evacuate before detonation. No unnecessary killing. You're not there to murder staff or guards. You're there to destroy infrastructure. If combat is unavoidable, you defend yourselves. But the goal is sabotage, not massacre. The infiltration. The team leaves under cover of darkness. They approach the facility from the water, swim to shore. Bypass security using intel from the escaped survivor. They reach the generator building. Place charges. Move to the fuel depot. Place charges. Move to the communication tower. Place charges. Timer set for 30 minutes. Enough time to clear the area. But then something goes wrong. A guard patrol spots them leaving the communication tower. Alarm raised. The facility goes into lockdown. Spotlights activate. Guards mobilize. The team has 2 choices. Abort and escape, or accelerate the timers and run. The team leader makes the call. Accelerate. Blow it now. Timers reset to 5 minutes. The escape. The team runs. Back toward the water. Guards pursuing. Gunfire erupts. 2 team members are hit. Non-fatal, but slowing them down. They reach the dock. The boat is there. Engine running. They pile in. The boat pulls away. 4 minutes. The facility is in chaos. Alarms blaring. People evacuating buildings. Guards trying to locate the saboteurs. 3 minutes. The boat is 100 yards offshore. Still within blast radius, but moving fast. 2 minutes. Spotlights sweep the water. Guards on the docks open fire. Rounds hit the water around the boat. 1 minute. The boat clears 200 yards. Far enough. 0. The explosions. 3 massive detonations. The generator building erupts in flames. The fuel depot ignites. Secondary explosions rippling outward. The communication tower collapses. The facility goes dark. Power out. Communications down. Chaos. From the boat, your team watches the facility burn. The aftermath. The facility is crippled. Not destroyed completely, but severely damaged. No power, no communications, infrastructure compromised. The people inside, the 2,000 patients and staff, have a choice now. Stay and try to rebuild under whoever's in charge, or flee. Over the next week, boats leave the facility. Dozens of them. Survivors escaping. Some come to your settlements. You interview them. What they confirm: the vaccine was real partially. It did provide some immunity, but it came with control mechanisms. Chemical dependency, psychological conditioning, tracking. Most people didn't realize what was happening until it was too late. The facility's leadership, still unidentified, was building something. A controlled society. Obedient, trackable, useful. Your sabotage ended it. For now, the moral weight. You sit alone one night, watching the ocean. You destroyed a facility that was enslaving people. That's good. But you also destroyed a source of partial immunity. Some of those people might die from infection now because they don't have even the compromised protection the injection offered. You saved them from control, but you might have condemned them to death. There are no clean victories in the apocalypse. Every choice has a cost. Every action has unintended consequences. You did what you thought was right. That's all anyone can do. The survivor's gratitude. The woman who escaped the facility comes to you a week later. Thank you. You saved thousands of people from becoming slaves. Some of them will die, but they'll die free. That matters. You nod. It doesn't make you feel better, but it's something. The broadcast ends. The vaccination broadcasts stop. The frequency goes silent. Whoever was running the Atlantic Medical Research Collective either gave up or moved operations elsewhere. You spread the word across every settlement in the region. There is no free vaccine. There is no easy cure. Anyone offering one is lying. Survive through vigilance, not false hope. The lesson? In the apocalypse, hope is a weapon. People will use it to manipulate, control, and exploit desperate survivors. Real hope doesn't come from broadcasts and promises. It comes from what you build with your own hands. The question that remains: who was behind the facility? Who had the resources, the technology, the planning to create something that sophisticated? The reclamation force wasn't involved. You confirmed that. So, who? That's a question for another time, another threat, another fight. You saved thousands. From a survivor on a sinking ship to the person who exposed and destroyed a mass enslavement operation. You've proven that even in the apocalypse, even when powerful forces offer easy solutions, resistance is possible. You've protected your people not just from infected, but from those who would exploit their fear and desperation. If this guide helped you navigate the hardest truth of all that hope itself can be weaponized, hit that like button and subscribe. Share your thoughts on freedom versus security and the cost of resisting false salvation in the comments. We've been through hell together, and we keep standing up to those who'd rather we kneel. Keep questioning, keep resisting, keep building real hope, and stay safe out there. We'll see you in part 13, because whoever was behind that facility is still out there, and they're not done yet. Stay strong, Founder. You've protected freedom itself. That's worth every scar.